weather alert.
It's a big day of weather. There's still fires in Tasmania and we've had record flooding in parts of Queensland. Let's get into it. First of all, with the fire situation where we've got an emergency warning still active in Tasmania for a fire out of control on the Central Plateau, and that is the Great Pine Tear Fire. And so anyone in that area, I'm sure, is well aware of the situation with that emergency warning still in place. A lot of smoke, the fire's still burning out of control, and plenty of watch and acts as well, not just the emergency warning. You can see in the south of the state, around the Geeveston area, we've also got many watch and acts in place as the fire has intensified once again for today as the warmth is picking up and also the temperatures are rising. But here's our emergency warning for the Great Pine Tear Fire, Lake Echo, Watamana, south of Shannon, Mount Hay, Stockyard Flats, and all areas in between. We've also got a whole string of watch and acts in place. As you can see, this is the same one as all morning for the Great Pine Tear Fire to the west, north and east of the emergency warning. But for the Tahoon River Road fire, we've got a whole string here of new ones that have come in the past couple of hours. Castle Forbes Bay, Geeveston, Port Huon, Cairns Bay and Waterloo. That's the old emergency warning that we had earlier in the week. But we've now got watch and act for Judbury, Glen Huon, Lonavale, the areas of Bermuda Road and south of Judbury. So substantial region there. And we've also got a watch and act for Medina, Tiana, Mountfield and National Park for the Joe River fire. And so today, thankfully, we've just got high fire danger for the areas where we've got the fires. But for the Midlands, the North Central and the East Coast, we've also got very high fire danger in the forecast. So if you need further information around the fires, then you should contact the Tasmanian Fire Service 1800 000 699 or tas.fire.gov.au. In Perth yesterday, well, 30 kilometres north of Perth, we had a fire out of control and an emergency warning. This was the Jandabutt fire, which caused a fair bit of trouble yesterday. But as we move forward in time today, we've got very high fire danger, and tomorrow as well, we've got severe over the inland of the west and very high for the west coast itself. It's the most dangerous fire day we've seen in quite some time for the west as we move through tomorrow. So dangerous fire weather conditions are definitely on the way for the west coast, and so we'll keep an eye on that in coming days. Now, aside from fires, there's a lot of weather occurring. We've got this cloud band streaming across from the west into the southeast. With that, we've got some showers and some thunderstorms. Up in the northwest, Tropical Cyclone Riley not having any direct impact on Australia, which is good news. Whilst up in the northeast, that's where we've got the heavy rain and flooding, and that has been particularly impactful on the far northern tropics of Queensland. This is the Mossman River, which has been raging. According to somebody on Instagram, they were saying that it is 5 metres higher than usual, and you can see that the bottom of those trees are being engulfed by that water as it flows along the river. Now, in the Daintree River, that's where we've had record flooding. So we've had major flood levels, 12.6 metres in the middle of the night, and that is above the flood of 1901, which recorded 12.4 metres. So this is a major situation that has unfolded. And right here, you can see the ticket office or the ticket booth rather, for the Daintree River ferry. That is on its side in the middle of the river. So substantial amounts of water flowing through. The heavy rain has shifted south from there now, so the severe weather warning extends from about Cairns all the way down to the Whitsunday. So down to Bowen for today, but to Whitsundays for tomorrow, maybe even further south depending on where the monsoon trough itself moves. But you can see the rain has eased back for Cairns after seeing the heaviest rain in a decade there, 276 millimetres by 9 a.m, 130 for Cooktown and also for Innisfail, and Townsville has started to see a little bit of extra rainfall as well. So it's really starting to pick up in Queensland, and so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Finally, thunderstorms. We had a big line of thunderstorms yesterday running from the northwest all the way down to the ACT. But right now we've just got a few showers and the odd storm across the south of the state. But later today, severe storms are a threat for southeastern New South Wales and up along the central ranges as well, with damaging winds and heavy rain a threat. The temperatures, they are pretty hot across the centre and down into the East Sydney, already 30 degrees, but a cool change is on the way near midday.